What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today is a live that obviously no Barca fan wants to hear, but guys, we have to do it. I talk Barca. I'm Barca Reacts, and this is what I do, man. I talk Barcelona through good, through bad, and this is why I made the channel, to make my opinions, especially when we're playing bad. And I don't see guys highlighting it. And that's probably why I made the YouTube channel, because let's be honest, Barcelona, when I was watching, winning a lot of trophies. And recently, yes, we won a La Liga. We won a Super Copa, I think, de España, against Real Madrid recently also. But other than that, Barcelona haven't really been winning as much as we're supposed to be, let's be honest. And guys, also bear with me. The lighting, I don't know why there's a lighting issue today with my camera. I don't know why, but just I'll fix it after this live. But I had to go live, man, because Barcelona, they're gonna play Mallorca. At least for me, still tomorrow. There's still 5 more hours of today, or 4 hours and 7 minutes to be exact. But guys, I wanted to just go live before the game, and I wanted to talk about Barcelona, the crisis that they're currently in, and what I think is the reasons for it, and then also how to fix it. Okay, and like, should we lose hope or should we not? And guys, I'm gonna speak. Obviously, we lost against Las Palmas. We also lost against Real Sociedad. I think two bad losses. I don't even think we were good. It wasn't even 5 out of 10 performances by Barca. It was legit like 2 out of 10s against like Las Palmas, and then Real Sociedad was another 2 out of 10. To be honest, like, outside of like a couple players, nobody really showed up. And then also the draw against Celta Vigo is absolutely unacceptable in my opinion. Regardless of how we're playing, like, when you're playing bad and you find yourself up 2-0, you have to close out the deal. You have to win that game. Simple as. You can't drop those silly points, because let's say, for example, Real Madrid, they haven't really played that well this whole season. But guess what? How many games have they won 1-0 or by 1 or 2-0, and they just see out the game? Rudiger will defend well. They'll park the bus. They see out the game, and then guess what? They get the 3 points. And that's why Real Madrid, regardless of how they're playing, they have the chance to overtake Barcelona for first place. They got a game in hand. But guys, this is the reality. Drop silly points, and Real Madrid, they can take advantage. In my opinion, Real Madrid are the best team ever at being bad but still winning. Like, if you know what I mean. Every Barcelona fan gets that, because Barcelona, Man City, Chelsea, maybe not Chelsea, but like Man City, Barca, Man United, PSG, Bayern, if they're playing bad, they're going to get punished. Real Madrid's really the only club. Chelsea to a lesser extent in their prime, the other era days, but Real Madrid, they play bad, they still win. They find a way. Or when they don't find a way, guess what? More often than not, Real Madrid, even when they're playing bad, they somehow find a way to stay competitive, and then they nick it. They nick goals, and then they nick trophies. That's what they do. You know what I mean? That's why they have the most trophies, the most UCLs. But that's not the point of today's video. Let's get back on track, and let's talk about why Barcelona, I think that we're currently in a crisis. And I think that it might even get worse, unfortunately, because Mallorca is not an easy game, guys. Because, guys, if you haven't seen, Mallorca is actually a tough opponent for us. And I'll show you why Mallorca has been a tough opponent for us, okay? Because, guys, look at this real quick. I'm going to share my screen. Guys, look at this, okay? Barcelona versus Mallorca. You'd assume that's an easy game. No, first of all, we're not playing good. Even when we played Brest, we didn't even look that convincing, but we got the job done. 3-0, fair enough, that's cool. But look at this guy right here, Muriqi. Muriqi, if anybody has watched Mallorca versus Barcelona, not the highlights, but actually watched Mallorca versus Barcelona, and we can look at the head-to-head, guys, because honestly, I think it was this game maybe. This game right here was one of the most frustrating games I ever watched as a Barca fan, probably in like the last 3 years, because Mallorca, they were playing so physical, and that's not going to go away. That's what Mallorca does, especially Mallorca away. Mallorca at home, that should be a game we win 3 points in the bag, like, should be, Currently, we're not playing good. But that's not even the fixture. We're not going to play them at home. We're going to play away at Mallorca. So it's even tougher. Mallorca's, they're going to play physical. Look at this game. Rafinha scored, Fermin scored, and we were down. So we were down 2-1 and Fermin scored. Mariki scored. And Mariki, I remember, I wonder who's the center backs for the day. It was Araujo and Inigo Martinez, and I remember that our center backs were having a bad, like some bad games. Like I'm not gonna lie, I remember that game. Mariki, he was just bullying everybody. He even got assists. See, I didn't even know about that, but he wins headers. He wins his duels against the center backs, and he's an imposing striker, and it's honestly annoying. He's a big guy, and Ter Stegen looks like he had a bad game. I'm not sure, but honestly, Ronald Araujo, if he was somewhat struggling with Mariki, and same with Inigo Martinez, guys, Cabarsi and Inigo Martinez. Cabarsi is not as physical as Araujo. I think this is problems. Araujo, I don't think he's set to start. Maybe he's in the lineup. I really doubt it. I think he'll be in the squad. Maybe play like 10 minutes. Ideally, that's what I would do if Araujo is actually fit. But I think it's going to be Cabarsi and Inigo for like 99%, unless if Flick is so confident that Araujo is 100% fit. But in my opinion, if Araujo and Inigo were struggling, then Cabarsi and Inigo will probably struggle against Mariki. He's probably going to win some long balls, and we can't avoid that. They're just going to play long anyway. So I feel like that Barcelona, they need to contain the other guys when he wins this ball. They have to contain, I don't know who's their strikers. Their squad might have changed a lot. But we got to contain these other guys over here because we can't let him be a link-up striker and then they score some goals. That's just unacceptable, in my opinion, you know? And what I also want to say is that Mallorca, they're known to not have possession. Clearly, right here, right on cue, right when I say it, they had 30%. And let's just look at Mallorca recently, because Mallorca, this is not an easy game. They are sixth in La Liga. They've won their last two. And not only that, look at that. Only 13 goals conceded. It's not like Osasuna or Girona or even like they conceded less goals than us, you know. Only Real Madrid and Atleti have done better defensively, and Sociedad. So they have the fourth best defense. It's going to be tough to score against them. And then not only that, look at this, okay? If we look at their recent form, I'm interested to see against Las Palmas. They didn't have that much possession, 38%. Now we look against, what was the other team? Valencia. Surely they had some possession. Yeah, because Valencia parked the bus too. So this was 50-50. But Mallorca, when they can, they would like to not have the ball. So I think that this Mallorca game is very tricky. And unfortunately, Barcelona, if they don't play well, man, it's going to be tough. And honestly, the lineup I would go with, like, to be honest, let's go back here, guys, real quick. I would go with, obviously, Lamine Yamal. Dani Olmo apparently set to start. I would start him. Rafinha, Lewandowski. Don't change this. Pedri, Casado. I wouldn't change that. Koundé, I would just, if I was Hansi Flick, I would just say, Koundé, yo, get your head straight, bro. I don't know what's happening. You're playing lackadaisical. And he's like, it's like he's playing, like, I don't know. It feels like Koundé is not in the right mind space. I don't know why. And Hector Fort, as much as we praise him, Barcelona fans, they rate this guy. At the second goal, Las Palmas, that was on him, let's be honest. Because the high line, it didn't prevail. And then 1v1 defending, he didn't get the block. Koundé, I would still start him. I would just tell him, yo, lock in, man. And then Cabarsi, Inigo, I don't think we have other options unless we play Sergio Dominguez. And then that's not going to happen, by the way. Gerard Martin, honestly, if Balde is fit to go, and thank God because Balde is not any long-term damage, I would start Balde instead of Gerard Martin, obviously. Like, guys, let's not even talk about that, let's be honest. Inaki Peña, obviously, I think that he's actually been doing well for, like, when he comes to sweeping. But when it comes to shot stopping, honestly, Inaki Peña, we know that there's better goalies in the world, like Tapit. Like, let's be nice, man. Like, Inaki Peña, come on now, you know. But, guys, hey, I wanted to talk about this next, guys, because, hey, Barcelona, the next reason why I feel like that Barca, and let's be real, they're not doing well right now is because of that transfer window. And we didn't even have high expectations, you know. And the reason why was because Jan Laporta, he only signed Dani Olmo. He only signed Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, right? And Pau Victor came from Barca Athletic. He came from Barca Athletic. He had a good season. He had a good preseason. But Dani Olmo was the only guy. Dani Olmo was the only guy that Barcelona really signed, if we really think about it. Liverpool, they didn't spend well, but they're the only other team, top club, I feel like that didn't spend money, you know? Real Madrid, they got their guys on a freeze, you know? Even though I feel like they didn't complete their squad either. Also, we got to look at teams like Chelsea. They're doing well, and they spend a lot of money. And cool, Barca doesn't have the money that, what's it called, Chelsea do. But Chelsea sell well to get more players in, you know? And then not only that, Barcelona are not selling well to get new players. Like, why are guys like Ferran, no offense, Ansu Fati? I wish this guy was amazing and, you know, fully fit. But Ansu Fati, I think his time has passed. I really think that his time at Barca has passed. The era is over, man. Like, this was his, like, last chance. And guess what? Injured again, unfortunately. Seriously. I feel bad for the guy, but, man, we got to move on at some point, man. You can't just wait for a guy like any sport, NFL, NBA, soccer. You don't wait. Like Barcelona, Ansu Fati, I feel bad for the guy, but we can't be too sentimental. Like, we have to move on at a certain time. Hopefully he goes to a new place and he bangs out there and he scores and he gets assists and he finds a new home, because maybe it's just Barcelona, man. Maybe it's the Barca and Ansu Fati. He just has some bad luck. But, hey, only Dani Olmo in the transfer window is not acceptable, in my opinion. Let's be honest, guys. Even get loanees. I'd rather get loanees like Felix, like Yao Cancelo. Those guys on loan. Cool, their clubs were not making it easy to negotiate. But why not get some loanees? Because in January, guys, I'm serious. Like, I'm not even joking when I say this. In January, I'm serious. This guy, Jan Laporta, I think he has to definitely get a winger and a fullback. Like, I don't even think it's up for debate. Guys, I'm not, in a happy mood. I am an optimistic fan, but guys, we got to keep it real. We're trying to win trophies. This is Barcelona. This is not Brighton. This is not even Atletico, who wins their trophy they win a league title like every 9 years or something like that. And hey, Jan Laporta, do me a favor, man. Get a left back. Particularly. Or a guy who can play on either side. I don't know if Yao Cancelo, if we can loan him back from Al Hilal or wherever he plays. But guys, Barcelona, Jan Laporta, they need at least a fullback and a winger on loan. Like, it doesn't even need to be a top winger. But guys, can you get a guy who's better than Ferran Torres or a guy who's better than Ansu Fati? I don't even think it's too hard, to be honest. I really don't. Like, I don't even think it's disrespectful. But there's so many players out there. Get me one or two. That's all I'm asking for Jan Laporta. And then, guys, I think that Dani Olmo, only having him, in my opinion, it is unacceptable still. I know we don't have the money, but I don't know. We have to sell better than Frankie de Jong, potentially. He could be going, because Casado, man, that's a conversation for another day. But Casado, he might have just, people are saying the slang, like, took his chain. But honestly, Casado, man, that guy's been balling. He's arguably been our best midfielder. And you have to respect that, really, because it's either him or Pedri or Olmo. And then at the same time, Olmo's been out. And then Pedri, Casado. I think Casado might have slightly edged him, But Casado, Pedri, man, one of those guys have been our best midfielders. But I think, by the way, that double pivot has to stay. Like, we can't change this double pivot no more. You can't accommodate Frankie de Jong into this team. For Casado, it doesn't make sense. Based on merit, guys, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? Casado's been playing well. We went to Bayern. We went to Madrid. We put 4 past each of them with Casado in that midfield. So I wouldn't change that up either. And then the thing is, Barcelona, the biggest signing we made actually was not Dani Olmo. It was Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick, we brought him in. He was a free agent technically, not out of Bayern, not out of Germany, but he was just sitting at home. And he took the job, and that's the biggest signing we made, because Xavi, his time, and people saying Xavi and Flick, comparing them right now, I understand, but you can only compare them by their points. You can't actually compare them, because I'm not going to lie, Xavi's trajectory was going down at Barcelona. The pressure, everything, the context. Hansi Flick has just came here. Cool, he started hot, and right now it's like this, but he can figure this out. He just has to start now. You have to beat Mallorca any way necessary. Like, even if it's ugly, I would accept it, because it's Mallorca. They're probably going to try their best to make the game ugly. But after that, against Betis, against Dortmund, that's a big game, in my opinion, for the UCL. I know we're sitting pretty UCL, but guys, We still got a job to do in the UCL. We got to confirm that we're in the top 8. That's what we got to do. But, oh, snap, the lighting. Hey, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Guys, by the way, I'm not even home, man. I'm at school, bro, but night classes. I'm just trying to go live real quick. Guys, look what I'm doing, man. This is what I'm doing for y'all. The content, free content. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking Barca. This is what I like to do anyway. But hey, guys, the next thing I wanted to say why we shouldn't lose hope in Hansi Flick really is because this. Guys, Hansi Flick, look at these trophies, man. One of the only coaches to win a sextuple. Not only that, Hansi Flick, this guy, he's a winner, man. He won the UCL recently. You know why I say recently? It's not like we got a guy like Jose Mourinho, where I respect him, but when was his last UCL? It was with Inter, right? That's a long time ago, 2010. This guy won the UCL recently. It's his methodology still works. It still applies. Hansi Flick, we got a guy. He definitely had tough times at Bayern too. Probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks where it wasn't good. But we brought him in for a culture shock, you know? The mentality of Hansi Flick. That's what everybody wanted. That's what everybody, Barca fan especially, was excited with. You know, I even talked to some Real Madrid fans. They were saying, Barca might be serious just because we got Hansi Flick. That's good. But the thing is, we shouldn't lose hope because Hansi Flick, there's a couple things I would like him to drop. Guys, the high line, especially against Celta Vigo. This is specifically Celta Vigo. Why are we playing a high line when we're up 2? I just don't understand it. Especially late in the game, you get a red card. And he did against Monaco. Fair enough. Monaco, I let it slide because honestly, it wasn't too bad of a performance with 10 men. But against Celta Vigo, and by the way, these UCL teams feel easier than these La Liga teams. La Liga teams, it feels like war. But, guys, for real, guys, I'm going to be honest. Hansi Flick, when it comes to this high line, when we're up 2 in a game, I honestly want to see it drop. Because especially when we get the red card, Casado is sent off. Why are you playing the high line? I don't get it. Like, I actually think that game specifically is on Hansi Flick and Jules Koundé. Because Jules Koundé, we got to keep it real, he did make a costly mistake. I wish he didn't make it, but he did, man. Let's be honest. And guys, that's why I'm saying Hansi Flick, if you're up 2 or you're up 1 with like 5 minutes to go or up 2, I would just park it. Because guys, if you guys remember, Xavi was the king of 1-0 wins. He was the king of 1-0 wins. How many 1-0 wins did Xavi get? You know what I'm saying? Like Xavi's and we didn't like it either. We didn't like this 1-0 FC thing from Xavi, but he was getting results. He was doing what Real Madrid is doing right now, currently. Getting results. Ugly results. Who cares? Who cares? You know? That's what Xavi's philosophy in a way was. Because as much as Xavi had his early era of 4-0 FC, most of his success was 1-0 FC. That's what it was. And Xavi, he was getting the results though. That's the thing. So you can't really blame him, can you? You know what I mean? And Hansi Flick. Xavi won a La Liga. So take you know what I'm saying? Take a picture out of Xavi's book. Copy that part. You know, in La Liga, if you park the bus against most of these teams for just 5-10 minutes, win the game. By the way, half of these teams, as much as I rate La Liga, half of these teams are good on the counter. Like whenever you see these teams, they're scoring off of set pieces or counters. Only the top 8, I would say, can score in open play. I would put Celta Vigo actually in there because they have a good offense. I would put Osasuna in there. I would put not Real Sociedad, for example. If we went up 1-0, that Lewandowski goal that was disallowed, I don't think they score if we park the bus, you know. And I'm not saying to park the bus. I'm not saying to change it. I want a manager that's strong, has an identity, you know, has the mentality. But I think sometimes the risk really outweigh the rewards with Hansi Flick. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. You know what I mean? But guys, I feel like that. Not only that, I think Hansi Flick, the second thing, he needs to play guys based off of merit. Not based off of, names. Frankie de Jong has to play. Or Ronald Araujo comes in. Ronald Araujo has to play. But guys, to be honest, Ronald Araujo does have to play because the defense, they need his physicality right now. Cabarsi, as much as we like him, Ronald Araujo, this is what he does, bro. This is why he broke into the team. This was the reason why. Cabarsi, beast. But when it comes to a foot race, he's not slow, but he can't get these razor fast attackers. Like, maybe, and Inigo, I don't even blame him. He's an old man now, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be at Barca for this year and maybe next if he plays well this year. But Ronald Araujo is much needed. But guys, I would also say you don't play Olmo and Fermin at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. Or Olmo, Fermin, Torre. Don't play two of the three at the same time. Hansi Flick, please, bro, just play wingers. I would play Pau Victor. I really would. I would play Pau Victor at left wing instead of Fermin, instead of Olmo, instead of Torre, for sure, definitely. Because at the end of the day, he is an attacker. And why did we even sign him then? You know what I mean? And why he had a really good preseason. Why are we acting like his preseason wasn't amazing? He was our best player. Scoring goals, he had the nutmegs. He was playing out wide. He got assists to Lewandowski. Pau Victor, man, I just want to see him get more chances. Not because he's crazy great, but I think it's about time, and I'd rather have guys playing where they can play, not guys adapting to new positions. I don't want to see Pedri at 10. There's a couple things with Hansi Flick. It's been really good at the start, but then, let's keep it a buck. It hasn't been good the past couple weeks, and some of it is because he's playing guys out of position. Combined with the fact that he's not dropping the high line when we have a red card and we're up 2-0. And we're suffering, and then Celta Vigo score like 2 goals in like 4 minutes or something. And I think that it's not even a shock. I think that you keep doing that. Like, what do you expect, man? I'm not going to lie. But, hey, guys, I got to keep it real, man. Like, even if it means slow growth on my channel, I want to keep it real because this is something I like to do. I want to talk Barca, and I'm not going to fake it because there's no reason to be honest. If you like to do what you're doing, do it properly. You know what I'm saying? But, guys, Dani Olmo being our only signing, Hansi Flick, he has made mistakes. Let's keep it a buck. His Flick's mistakes has ultimately led Barcelona into a crisis in a way. Because, let's be honest, this is Barcelona. This is, once again, it's not Brighton. It's not your average Premier League team that, spreads so much PR. It's all business up in here, So, we gotta go back to winning ways. And we got to get this dub against Mallorca, even if it's ugly. And fix it up you can play nicer against Betis. I know this game's going to be tough. If we're not up 2-0 before the 60th minute, 65th minute, it's going to be rough. I already know. Because Mallorca is that type of team, And to be honest, hey, I don't know, guys. What are you guys saying? My prediction, I'll say Barcelona win because the way that Hansi Flick's been speaking, I really hope. Some of the quotes I don't like, to be honest. But some of this team has to go. No offense. Who's been even playing good for Barcelona in this past couple weeks? Only Rafinha, really. And I'm not going to lie, Inaki Peña has played decent. I can't even lie. Las Palmas, he didn't play good, to be honest. He probably should have saved at least one of the goals. You're a goalie. Just bail us out once at least, Especially the second goal. Or not the second goal, my bad. The first goal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? Just bail us out. Courtois, look at what he does for Real Madrid. But, hey, guys, to be honest, I just wanted to go live. I'm probably going to be wrapping up in 10 minutes. I just really wanted to go live, man. I wanted to talk, man. I was in school today. I was like, yo, Barca really lost, but this is what Barca be doing to me, man. It just sits in my head. Well, I'm writing down notes, writing down equations, I'm thinking Barca really lost to Las Palmas. That's what I'm thinking. So Barcelona fixed this up. I don't want to talk negatively about Barcelona when it comes to after Tuesday. Let's fix this up. You know what I'm talking about? We could do something. This season we could do something. In the UCL, we are sitting pretty. But in La Liga, we can definitely fix this up. And it's not even a coincidence, But Real Madrid, it's crazy. They were playing bad, quote unquote. They were. They really were. They did have problems positionally. But guys, I think over the course of the season, we can still win La Liga. We really can. But we have to fix it up. Number one thing, play guys in their positions. Don't play Pedri at the 10. Do not play Torre left wing. Do not play Fermin left wing. Do not even, maybe Fermin as a third choice. Okay, cool. Don't play Olmo left wing. Don't play Torre left wing. It's not going to work. Not only that, try out Pau Victor then, if you really don't have attackers. Even Ferran. I'd rather have an actual winger. Even if I don't rate the guy, At least he knows what to do in those positions. He's used to it. He's been probably playing football for 15 years at that position. You know, I don't want to see Olmo there. Olmo is a specialist 10. He's one of our best players. Let's keep it real. And Barcelona fans have to admit this, by the way. Everybody didn't want Dani Olmo. At least 80% of fans didn't want Dani Olmo. Everybody was crying for Nico Williams. Understandably so, because we don't have that profile still in this team. We don't have a left winger. But, to be honest, I don't know, man. Jan Laporta, as well as La Masia he really could have helped us out, man. I'm not going to lie. And Jan Laporta, I'm telling you, man, this guy right here, he's got to get us something in January. Because January, guys, it's not too far. It's only 1 month away, and I think the games stop in 3 weeks. So we're going to have a busy 3 weeks, but after that, Jan Laporta, could you do Hansi Flick a solid? Like, for real. Could you do the team, the Barcelona fans, a solid? Could you get 2 guys on loan? The loan signings so far at Barcelona, their history, have actually been decent. Or guys who even come for 1-year transfers. Like Gundogan. Had an okay year. Physically, no. But he had a lot of end product. You know, he saved us a point. I remember. No, 3 points, actually. He got an assist to Araujo, I remember. Against Real Sociedad. At Anoeta. Beautiful ball. Araujo scores it. And I'm saying guys like Luke de Jong, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, short-term guys that really help Barcelona. Guys, look at our kits, man. We got some of the waviest kits, you know what I'm saying, on the planet. We're really drippy out here. But guys, let's play like it. For real. Like, seriously. Jan Laporta, I feel like that most of it's on him, bro. Because Hansi Flick, I already analyzed him a lot in previous videos. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. But my old videos, I was saying the only thing about Hansi Flick, mainly. Guys, Hansi Flick will work at Barcelona, but you got to get him real quality. It's cool, we got Rafinha. We got Lamine Yamal. We got Dani Olmo. We got Lewandowski. We need 2 more guys, minimum, in my opinion. I would get another scorer and a 1v1 threat. I think it's as simple as that because Fermin Lopez / Torre is enough at Cam, in my opinion, because Torre has actually been decent. I think he should actually be ahead of Fermin in the pecking order. I also said that in my latest video, or I think it was. But anyway, guys, so we need another scorer, I feel like, which could be a striker, or it has to be a guy who can play striker and wing and do well both. You know what I mean? It can be an inside forward and a striker. Cool. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get that. Hansi Flick system, it doesn't even really fit like that. I would just get a striker. Get Gyökeres. Sure. In January, sure. But at least get a winger. That's what I'm saying. In January, you have to get a winger. You definitely can. Because I'm seeing guys like Pedro. Bro, and Pedro's like on status, guys. Pedro's balling out for Lazio, you know? And we're having wingers that, I don't want to say it, but guys, they might be worse than Pedro. And Pedro his prime was 2010. His prime was legit a decade ago, almost a decade and a half. And Pedro, I'm seeing this guy ball out for Lazio still. And that just tells you he's got it up here because it's not all about pace and power. Anybody who's played ball knows that a lot of the game is mental. A lot of the game is decision making. A lot of the game is, you know what I mean, staying fit, unfortunately. And I want to see guys, I want to see Jan Laporta actually go for a fullback, and I want to see him go for a winger, for real. Seriously. Even if it's like a guy like Brian Zaragoza. People will say, oh, he doesn't get GA. Guys, he's going to help us win games. But guys, real quick, once again, I want to go through these real quick. Because we're going to wrap up probably in like a couple minutes. But guys, this is the reality, all right? We lost against Celta, okay? We drew. Really, this is a bad loss. In my opinion, these two are really bad results. This one's obviously a really bad result, but we didn't even show up. This one, Rafinha, he showed up, but it wasn't enough. Lamine Yamal was trying. It was just poor defense. Like that's not an acceptable result, guys. I can't lie. Come on. Like how do you even stay positive from this? You know what I mean? And at least Barca fans, they're waking up. It's not like some, no offense, Prem teams. They have some crazy PR. They'll cover up 5 losses in a row. You know? But honestly, guys, look at our fixtures. Like, honestly. So we got Mallorca. We got Real Betis. Dortmund, Leganes, and Atleti before we go on a break, okay? I think it's a 2 week break. Calm. All right, that's nice. So in these games, we have to win this game. This game right here, I don't even care if it's like ugly. Just get the job done. Get the job done here, you know what I mean? And then over here, I think this should be easier. We still have to show up. It's an away game. We still got to show up. This game's going to be tough. This game's going to be tough. This game we should win, but oh shit. My bad. Guys, 1 second. Lighting went out. 1 second. Man. And this is why, guys, you don't really record at school. You record at home. But I really just wanted to go live. But, guys, we're going to be wrapping up in like 2 minutes anyway. But, guys, this is the reason why. Mallorca is going to be a tough game. Get a result. Get 3 points. My prediction right now, I'll tell y'all for free, is I think Barca, I think Hansi Flick's going to have these guys dialed in. But I think it's going to be ugly, to be honest. I think 2-1. I don't think it's going to be nice. Real Betis, we'll talk about this another day. But this game and this game have to get 2 dubs. This game might be more pretty, you know. A better game to watch for the neutral. But to be honest, this game right here is going to be tough. We have to get the job done. Mariki, man, I wish Ronald Araujo was fully fit, but even then it would still be a tough challenge. And man, we're probably going to need everybody dialed in, seriously, because if I remember also, Mallorca doesn't even have the best pitch, to be honest. And they do have a different manager, but this guy's absolutely flying, man. But guys, that's about it today. I'm going to wrap up right now. And guys, to be honest, Barcelona, they need to get a dub. My prediction is 2-1 Barca, and I really hope that we get the dub. But if not, and Real Madrid win, and then they got a game in hand, that could potentially be 4 points if we lose. And I'm not even, no, it could be more, I think, actually. I think it could be 5. And that's crazy. That means our start of the season, at least in La Liga, is going to waste because in the Champions League, we're actually doing well. In the Champions League, if we get 4 more points out of 9, I think we're going to be in the top 8. For sure. I think so. So I just think that in La Liga, we really have to focus. Get a win streak on. Win the next 5 La Liga games. I don't care if Atleti's in it. Win the next La Liga games. All of them. Leganes, Atleti, Mallorca, Real Betis. Win 4 of those. Go into Spanish Super Cup. 4 out of 4 wins in La Liga. Hopefully Real Madrid drops some points. But guys, Barcelona, they are currently in a crisis, but we can get out of this if we do some of the things that I said. You know, Hansi Flick, play guys in the right positions. You know, not only that, drop the highliner for up 2. Because I promise you, this team, they know how to park the bus too. Because with Xavi, all the times, it's muscle memory. Parking the bus when you're only up 1. How many times did they get away with it? They got out of jail so many times. And this team, they could do it. They really could. But guys, that's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed this. But hey, that's me. I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow. God willing, you know. Hopefully. And I'll see y'all.